The restaurant was quiet that evening, the kind of quiet that carries the sound of clinking forks and low conversation across every table. Then, without warning, chairs scraped, a glass shattered, and a woman's sharp gasp cut through the air. Three men had cornered her near the counter, their voices low but filled with menace. One blocked her path, another leaned too close, and the third laughed, as if the situation was nothing but sport. She stood frozen for a second, her hand trembling as it hovered over her purse, her eyes flicking around the room, realizing no one was moving to help. Before I tell you what happened next, tell me in the comments where you're watching from. I love knowing who's listening. The tension thickened. A few customers looked away, ashamed, while others stared, their fear louder than their silence. She could feel her heart beating against her ribs, each pulse a reminder of the danger. Closing in, a voice inside whispered, "Don't escalate. Stay calm." But another voice, stronger, rose from the depths of her training. "You've faced worse. You are not powerless." Her name was Claire, and for months she had been trying to live like any other civilian, burying her years of service under quiet dinners and soft routines. But as the tallest man grabbed her wrist, the instinct she had trained into her bones snapped awake. The restaurant seemed to hold its breath. Claire's eyes narrowed. She twisted her arm, a fluid movement that sent the man stumbling back. In one motion, she sidestepped and drove her palm into the chest of the second, his laughter choking into silence as air fled his lungs. The third tried to grab her, but he never made it that far. With precision, she hooked his arm, pivoted, and sent him sprawling to the floor. 15 seconds. That's all it took. The room erupted in gasps, silverware clattering as people rose half out of their seats. The men who thought they owned the moment now scrambled, their bravado shattered like the glass on the floor. One clutched his ribs, another his pride, while the third muttered a curse under his breath. But then came the silence. A heavy, moral silence that pressed on every witness. The question lingered. Should they cheer her for defending herself, or was violence ever truly justified? Claire felt it too, that uneasy line between defense and destruction. She had lived in that space for years. The manager, an older man with worry carved into his face, stepped forward. His voice was hushed, reverent almost. "Miss, who are you?" Claire steadied her breath, smoothed her hair back, and for a heartbeat she considered lying. She wanted anonymity, wanted the comfort of blending in. But then she saw the faces around her, the young waitress clutching a tray to her chest, the couple holding hands in the corner, the teenage boy wide-eyed with awe. They deserved the truth. "I served," she said simply. "United States Navy." The reaction was not loud, but it was profound. A ripple of whispers, nods, and a soft murmur of respect moved through the crowd. And then, slowly, the applause began, hesitant at first, then building, until the restaurant shook with it. The three men slunk out into the night, their power stripped bare. And Claire, though shaken, felt something stir within her. Not pride, not glory, but a reminder. Courage isn't about being fearless. It's about standing when no one else will. Because courage doesn't hide, it waits, and when it's needed most, it rises. And in that quiet restaurant, the moment would never be forgotten. Where fear had first filled the air, respect lingered. Instead, like sunlight after a storm. If this story moved you, share your thoughts below, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories of courage, justice, and unexpected heroes.